Hey guys, if you want to see the full video and its context, consider joining my Patreon. That's where the real caffeine is at. Cheers. Alright y'all, so someone sent me a video about Diddy Mark making this video saying he's the best artist of all time. And I was just surprised that if you look at the comments, no one's really saying, Mark, you're high on drugs. How can you think this? Some will defend the video and say, bro, watch the video. He doesn't really think he's the best. Yes, he does. He says, yes, he does. And what gives them the permission to believe this is because of the fake it till you make it belief. And this coincides with things I've mentioned before about how people these days live in their head, not in reality. That you can just believe something and it magically means it's true, that it magically means it's going to manifest for it to be true. In this video, Diddy Mark multiple times says he doesn't know what the F he's talking about, neither do politicians, actors, and a lot of other people. Yet these very same people ended up being successful. This is Omega level BS. BS that he believes is actually possible because these guys faked it till they make it. Like Andrew Tate, for an example. He faked it. He faked what he is, right? But he got exposed, but still people don't care. He shows other people in the video, as we will see, that faked it till they made it, but they were exposed as frauds. Now that is very surprising that he nicely ignores that. And this schizophrenic video with multiple zombie cuts is a headache to go through, but we're gonna go through it. And why am I making this video? Because it just proves my point. It proves my point about people with their fake success, right? In which they truly are faking it until they make it. But what they don't understand is politicians and all these other PSYOP agents, they actually made a deal. Right? They actually went to the top dogs who are in charge at all these corporations, right? And made a deal that they want to do this and they want to do that in exchange for this and that. You cannot just believe that this and this is so and it means you're going to be successful. It doesn't work like that. But the mere fact that Diddy Mark is saying that it's true, but at the same time saying that he's full of crap and he doesn't know what he's talking about, what kind of double contradiction is this? This is the cognitive dissonance I've been talking about for who knows how long. And you read the comments, mother suckers saying man makes a ton of great points. There has not been a single great point made. How can you listen to someone who says, I don't know what I'm talking about? How do you do that? Why do people congratulate somebody who literally confesses he doesn't know what he's talking about? How is this possible? It's because people who don't know what they're talking about give you the license to live in ignorance and retardation. But here at Koffee, we don't do that here. Here we spill that caffeine so you can wake the hell up. Here we show you the clear path so you know where the heck you're going. But Diddy Mark says, no, you can just fake it till you make it. You can just have the aesthetic of success and magically somehow the persona you present on social media is going to manifest and you're actually going to be successful. That's some bullcrap. That is hardcore bullcrap. If we quickly look at his Twitter here, remember this, Car Baby made a new one shot for fun. Bullcrap, nigga. You didn't make this for fun. This whole thing I made, how can you make 78 pages for fun? Last time we checked, dude's family was hungry. At the end of chapter 10, right? On Ruthless Surrender, what happened? So you decided to go off social media for 2 months to have fun drawing this ripoff, and somehow that magically fed your family. Somebody's lying. These people like to present themselves as victims whenever somebody like me comes along to ask questions. And then his hordes of dogs, zombies, hunchbacks, and retards will come after me and say, You are attacking him. Leave him alone. I ain't leaving nobody who's full of lies alone. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't care if you're going to hate me. You hate me because I'm exposing the lies. You want to live in lies because you think that you're going to get away with it. You truly believe that by believing in a lie, someday it will be true. You need serious help. Anyway, let us look at what he says in this zombie edited video of his.
I am the greatest artist ever.
I beg your pardon.
You need to leave.
That's right, you read the title correct. The thumbnail ain't just there to grab your attention. You weren't clickbaited. And yes, I know who Van Gogh is and who this guy is and that one, and I don't care. I am the motherfucking greatest to ever walk this earth. Is what I tell myself every morning when I wake up, right before I beat on my chest like King Kong and blast little baby in my ears before I hit the kitchen. Now, some of you may be typing angrily in the comments to disagree as I speak this very moment, making a list of clowns you believe smoke weed and artistic ability. But hold on, let me explain myself. Do I really think this? Do I really think of all the artists that have ever walked this crusty blue rock that I, in comparison, make them look like crybabies? Well, yes and no. But that's thanks to something that I like to call
There you have it. Fake it till you make it.
think of someone you consider to be the GOAT at something. Anything. Sports, music, business, art, whatever.
Now, before we continue, he said, do I honestly think that I am the greatest artist of all time? The answer is yes and no. You see that yes and no answer? That's not an answer. That's not an answer. What we can get from this is that you actually do think you are the greatest of all time. The only reason you say no is because you don't have the assets to prove it. That's all there is to it. You don't have the assets to prove that you are the greatest of all time. And if you don't have the assets to prove it, how then can you even claim such a thing? To then say, right, that your artistic capabilities are the greatest ever, greater than Van Gogh, the legends, Michelangelo, heck, Takeshi Inoue of Vagabond, or Kentaro Miura, that is ego. Is that not what I have been talking against for so long? Is that not what I have been saying? This is the problem within Western artists, is that they live by their ego. They don't have the assets to justify their ego. They justify their ego with fake numbers on social media. They justify their ego with retards worshiping them for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. What cultural impact has Diddy Mark left on the world to make such a bold claim? The 11 million fake views on Manga Plus creators, has that made a cultural shift in the world? Not even. Not even in the slightest. Those who deem themselves great are those who have to have proven that they have made a cultural impact in society. Right? Alexander the Great was great because from Greece to North India, dude was pillaging and making one heck of a mess and a difference. Right? Genghis Khan, he was great. He was a murderer, a rapist, you name it. But he was great because his conquest just spread all over the place. The Roman conquest, they were great, right? Shaka Zulu, the murderer, he was great because he united and murdered millions, right? They were great for the wrong reasons, though, the people I just mentioned. They were great for the wrong reasons. However, they made an impact in society, positively or negatively. But in Diddy Mark's case, there is no positive impact in society thus far from his endeavors. There's only a negative impact actually in this tiny little space of the indie manga community. And that negative impact is based on what? Based on him justifying people's submission to their ego. And some of y'all gonna still call me jealous and a hater. Jealous of what? Jealous of some egotistic freak who honestly made a video trying to justify that he is the greatest of all time. Based on what? Where are the assets? You want me to be jealous of somebody who can't afford a car, bro? It's this dude who said his family's hungry. He don't get no money from Ruthless Render. What happened? You want me to be jealous of a liar? Jealous of an egomaniac? Jealous of somebody who says fake it till you make it? What's that to be jealous about? That's so retarded. Jealous of his artistic abilities? Why? Where did it get him? Nowhere. Just stuck in the dungeon of Manga Plus creators. What good is your art, no matter how amazing it is, if you can't tell a story? Always having to rip things off, Chainsaw Man upon Chainsaw Man upon Chainsaw Man. Where is the financial freedom that Diddy Mark has? Is that not what we all pursue? To function in this new world? He doesn't have it. Does he have creative freedom? He does. But what does he do with it? He steals. That's what I'm supposed to be jealous of? You see, all the dipsticks who accuse me of jealousy or hatred and whatnot, you have been living in a life for so long that anyone who questions it, you freak out and you want to attack. You were so deep up in his crack and your own crack that the light of day, you have not seen it in 1,000 years until I came along with a torch and said, what's going on over there? Let's continue to watch.
I bet there's a good chance in one form or another they owe their success to a mentality called fake it till you make it. Now, this isn't anything new.
Based on what? He's going to try to say, based on this.
And there are hundreds of other channels that have covered this more intelligent than my smooth monkey brain ever could. However, I want to explore it from a different angle.
You know, who disses themselves like this? Snooze monkey brain. He constantly disses himself all the time. He says he can't draw over here. Yes, I know I can't draw. You know, there's a lot of like self-hatred going on from Diddy Mark, man. Like, if you're sure of yourself, you're not going to speak of yourself in such a way. This is double-mindedness. This is pathetic. This is bipolar. This is schizophrenia. And this is supposed to be an example for us. Sure.
Angle of a creative, specifically of an artist, because last time I checked, I'm something of an artist myself. See, I think it was early college, maybe late high school, when I watched a certain video that would change my life forever. See, this handsome man is Sneeko. Some of you may recognize this guy from his antics. Wake up! But before he lost his mind, Sneeko was my favorite YouTuber, and this video was the reason why.
Charlie said that you were going to have to file for bankruptcy. Then you're dumping $2 million.
I ain't got it right now. I ain't got it.
I don't even know what.
Tonight, the epic ride.
I don't even know why anyone would like Sneeko, but he is a very nice example of fake it till you make it, as he faked being a Muslim, because Andrew Tate faked being a Muslim, so they can get the numbers, so they can get a wolf pack that's going to defend them on social media, because that's what social media Muslims do, right? Real Muslims don't care about what's happening in social media. Real Muslims are not really going to wave the flag in Palestine. You want to know why? Because real Muslims, if they're truly honest, they want to worry more about what the Chinese are doing to the Uyghur Muslims, right? But you don't see social media Muslims waving the Uyghur flag. You don't see them talking against the Chinese, saying stop raping the women, stop doing this to them, stop selling guns to Iran in exchange for women in Iran. You know, real Muslims will be concerned about that. Let it be known that every Muslim on social media waving that Palestinian flag, you're a hypocrite. Because you're only waving it because social media is telling you to. Not because you genuinely care about your Muslim brothers and sisters, Because you're not saying a damn thing about the Uegas.
Rise and downfall of disgraced theranos found Elizabeth Holmes has come to an end.
Holmes sold a promise that a single fingerprint would overhaul blood testing.
That's Rick Ross.
Which one? The real one or the
real
fake one?
No.
Yeah, that's the one you want to ask. You don't want to ask the rapper. The rapper was a prison guard.
I got 2 twin Glocks, 3
Oh,
dance.
man.
9% of all rappers like ever. Yes, Nico's video made it clear to me that most of these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like 99% of the time. Yet they pretend like they do, and that propels them to success and.
You see, there you have it. Just like Andrew Tate, that dude doesn't know what he's talking about. Same with Sneeko. Yet they use that, their bravado, the confidence of speaking absolute garbage. And somehow it makes them sound successful, or it makes them successful. To the retards, of course, they're going to be like, this guy has confidence in what he's saying. You know, you see Andrew Tate yelling and screaming, Sneeko yelling and screaming. Somehow that means masculinity. Somehow that means confidence. No, that means you're losing the argument. That means you can't back it up with facts, so you back it up by puffing your chest. You back it up by intimidation. And the morons who believe these people, they believe them because they are also able to provide the aesthetic of success. Right? But Diddy Mark is able to provide the aesthetic of success, not visually, but through only the numbers, through only the things he might say about he's working with the Japanese or Viz Media. And he thinks by doing this, it will propel him to success. Does that make any logical sense? Did Kishimoto do all this nonsense to be successful? Did Tite Kubo do all this nonsense to be successful? Did Bill Gates, as much as I don't like him, do all this trash to be successful? Did Jeff Bezos do all this trash to be successful? The answer is no. And yet, here now is this generation doing all this monkey baboon action, screaming like a damn ape, and throwing bananas in the air, saying I'm $1 million banana juggler, and I am and I will be because I believe it. Just because you can convince 1,000 monkeys that you are successful, it doesn't mean that you are. But once again, this is the great psyop in which now people believe in mind over matter. Believe it, and it must be so. Pretend that it is so, and it shall be so. That is bullcrap. Because white manga been pretending for 14 years that it is so, and where is he now? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Showing the aesthetic of success, walking into Barnes and Nobles with the cool music, right? Oh, that looks cool. That looks like bro made it. Bro made it to the shelf. Bro didn't make it to financial or creative freedom. Frederick is still on his head about that creative freedom, so he's a slave to Frederick. In terms of financial freedom, he didn't sell enough. He didn't sell enough. 14 years and you only got four volumes? Give me a break, man. Give me a break.
Superstardom. Wait, Diddy Mark, aren't you an art channel? What does this have to do with art? Aha! Correct. What does this have to do with art? Like I said, I'm too dumb to cover the art of faking it till you make it in and of itself, as there are many other channels that have covered it far better than me. But however, this relates to art, and this relates to me thinking I'm the motherfucking greatest to ever walk this earth and breathe this air amongst all the other artists in human history. Because like the rappers, like the politicians, like the business gurus, and the influencers, even your favorite artists, yeah, the ones that make you feel shit about yourself, yeah, they don't know what the they're talking about. See, being an artist or a true creative in this year of TikTok.
So he's saying all those favorite artists of yours and the politicians, they don't know what the F they're talking about. Does this video not also show that he doesn't know what the F he's talking about? How does he know what the F he's talking about? But hey, he did say he doesn't know what the F he's talking about. But people are going to say these are valid points. How in the name of hell is any of this a valid point? Someone, please. Does anyone still have the capacity to reason? You see, when you live in lies, reason doesn't matter. Especially when you're congratulated for being a retard. You see?
Brain rot, short attention spans, motherfuckers feeling the need to do the craziest shit for attention.
I mean, that's exactly what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's stealing Chainsaw Man stuff. He's got some TikTok edits on all of his videos, talking hella quickly, right? Saying outrageous stuff to get as much attention and dopamine rushes in the minds of the zombies. And what? He does not think that he's part of the problem? You have got to be smoking drugs, Diddy Mark, along with people who think that this is logical.
See, being an artist has never been more difficult. A matter of fact, it feels like the more social media lives we become, the more I feel people have forgotten what it actually means to be an artist. See, it's so easy to compare yourself to other artists like Sam Does Arts, who's always drawing his really stiff-ass Pinterest chicks, or Ethan Becker constantly yelling in your face that you need to draw exactly like him.
You see, now, the dude says this dude's
Arts, who's always drawing his really stiff-ass Pinterest.
That doesn't look stiff to me. Although that looks very generic. Very empty, but artistically, it's fantastic. But Diddy Mark's allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that, right? This dude is 10 billion times better than Diddy Mark. But it doesn't matter because Diddy Mark says he is the best, and who cares about what anyone else says? Who cares about the facts? Right? Right? And the hordes of zombies are just gonna let him go.
Chicks, or Ethan Becker constantly yelling in your face that you need to draw exactly like him, or even Cooling telling you not to draw people with dark skin because they look like monkeys, or even my dumbass telling you to grind hard, bro, because that's what I did. Yeah.
Even my dumbass. Are you gonna continue to listen to a dumbass? You can say he's joking. How do you know he's joking? The guy always disses himself. He always disses himself. Imagine if Barack Obama in 2008 walked up there and said, you know, sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, but I sure know this, that we are going to have great change in America. I can be a dumbass sometimes. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Like, y'all are listening to a dumbass. Hey, Mark, you are a dumbass because you said so yourself and you're a liar. But that's okay because fake it till you make it, right?
Most of us, we don't know what the f we're talking about. Like the actors and the rappers and the politicians.
Most of us don't know what the F you're talking about. No, yeah, definitely. Most of you don't. But you see, I do. That's why I always said, you got a problem, give me a phone call. You got a problem and you have some points against me, bring it on. I can defend what I say, but a dumbass can't defend what they say because they know that they are lying. Let it be known that everybody that watches Diddy Mark is a bigger dumbass than he is. Because if you're going to listen to someone who says he's a dumbass and he doesn't know what he's talking about, how much dumber are you? Hey guys, if you want to see the full video and its context, consider joining my Patreon. That's where the real caffeine is at. Cheers.